Henrik, that's a 200-foot skate for you. When you realize the puck's in the net. Take me through your emotions when you guys finally emerged with 2 points on what seemed like a pretty difficult game.
Yeah, it was a tough game. I think the biggest part was to mentally challenge you the right way here. We know it's an important game, but coming off 2 big wins on the road, you might have a letdown, and it felt like half the game it was tough for us to really get going, but we had a good feeling in the room going into the third, and we talked about not losing this game and really leave everything out there, and I thought we played really well in the third and got ourselves a chance here to win.
Can you point to something specific that made you feel like you guys had a good feeling in the room after 2, even though you weren't winning?
Well, I think we felt the energy in the room, good confidence obviously, coming from a couple wins here, and just knowing that we had more to give, more speed, and you could see it in the second period, a couple of really good looks out there, so our game was coming. So going into the third, we felt like that should be our best period, and it's a good feeling to end it before the break and in a good way.
How much did Chris Kreider's play stand out to you tonight and just what he was able to do?
You know, when he plays like that with his speed, it's hard to stop that guy. I see it in practice every day, and coming down the wing, he's big, he's strong, and it's so fast that when you place the puck in the right area, he can skate into them, and boy, that's tough for a defender, and he has a great shot as well. It's a great game for him, and I thought there was a lot of guys that played really well, but he really stood out.
And now guys will go their separate ways for about 5 days. How do you ensure, you've been through this a lot, how do you make sure that you guys can figure out how to pick up where you left off?
Well, first off, you don't think about hockey for a few days at least, but then a couple of days before you head back, you start to maybe work out and mentally think about what's coming up here. But for a few days here, you need a break. It's going to help us in the long run, but coming back, it's not about overthink it or finding too many answers here. We're playing well. We know how we have to play to have success. So coming back, we just have to remind ourselves about that and get going again.
Is it easier to come back off of a break on a run like this or off of a losing streak?
Well, you always want to win. You have a better feeling in the room. You're more confident and you're having more fun. I think we believe in each other and in the system that the coaches want us to play. I think that helps us a lot in a lot of games. You know, you can only win so many games on just pure skill or a couple players playing great. You need a good system, and I like the way we're playing as a team, the speed that we have, and but also when you win, you get confident. And like tonight, we don't panic, we don't work situations in the third. We just have a good feeling that we will turn this around. And so it was a good test for us and a great finish.
And how much of that is comfortability with your defensemen? I mean, you mentioned when they signed Mark that, it's like a family, you could yell at them. But how much is it that, you have defensemen?
I love playing with them. Playing as a goaltender, obviously the relationship with your defensemen and how they think and how they react, it's important to know. And it helps us that we're on the same page and we understand each other. We're going to go through some ups and downs, but it helps knowing how they feel, how they want to play the game, and also it's just fun to have great memories together and build off of that. It's been 8-9 years with a couple guys here, and it's kind of fun when you look at old photos too to see how we look back then. You do change, but it's I really look forward to have that opportunity to play with a lot of these guys for a long time.
At the end of the day, do you look at this victory are these the type of victories at the end of the season you guys or team has to have? When you don't have the best effort, but you still get
you have to find ways. It's not going to be perfect all the times, but for the big win in Pittsburgh and Columbus to really stand out, you need to take care of business at home. And if you lose today, it's just okay record for the last 4 or 5. But it was important to come back here and feel good about our game at home and finish strong.